Jade.
Ryan. Virgo season.
So this is going to start off with a public service announcement. If you are not Rory from the Rory and Mal podcast, you can still listen. Just because you're white and you hang around black people does not mean that you're not racist. You are racist. Okay? I'm coming in hot this week. I don't know if you heard, but Rory from Mal had a couple of tweets that have gone public in the last couple of days in which he basically said that the name Beyonce was ghetto. He didn't like black women, a whole bunch of stuff. Retweeting things that said tar baby, yada, yada. Get back to gatekeeping the culture. Okay? Because see, this is what happens when y'all let people get too comfortable. Y'all let him get too comfortable. He thought he was comfortable back then, and now he was out here spewing a whole bunch of shit. We're not with it. That's why you look like a thumb. I always thought you looked like a thumb. I gave you some grace because I was like, oh, he seems like he's for the culture, but he looks like a thumb. Yank them off the air, especially because Mal has an affinity to losers. The way he has had Drake's nuts in his mouth through this whole Kendrick Lamar beef needs to be studied. But I digress. I needed to get that off my chest, though. Hi, Ryan.
Wow. Welcome everyone. Wow. All right. Well then. Hi, Jade.
Good day. Hey.
It's actually nighttime.
It is.
It's the end. It's the end of the day.
It's really 1 a.m.
I'm gonna try to
look outside.
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up so I can give these people some energy for an hour or so.
We're gonna try at least. Because listen, I'm tired. Today has been a week. I mean, that's also a valid statement, but this has been a week. How has your how has your week been, Ryan?
This week has been a day. I don't know how we're doing this, but it's been crazy. It's been crazy, but I've been realizing that I don't want to constantly come on this show and you ask me how was my week and I just be like, oh my gosh, dread. Like I don't
I mean, I know that you don't want to, but I feel like people relate because that's how we're all feeling.
That's how we are all feeling.
Like it's valid. God. Like
it's wild. I'm a continue to rep for therapy and advocate for people actually doing that, because my therapist be knowing she just was just like, the hell wrong with you, man? What's wrong with you? Like I could, like, you telling me one thing, but I could see it all over your face. And so it's necessary to have those sort of people in your corner to help you to put things into perspective and actually let some things out so that you can function as a normal human being. So I think I want to advocate for everyone getting their own.
Listen, I am with you on that. I shout out Lexapro every time that I can, because that is my medication of choice. Well, it's not my medication of choice, but that is the medication that my doctor has recommended for me. And I tell people all the time that it has been a game changer for moi, my mood, and my thoughts. So if, I know we don't, and listen, this is not a depressing show. I think y'all enjoy it, and but we human, and life be lifing for all of us. And so I think it's valid. Hold on, because my child decides he needs to be in the show this week. I think it's a valid feeling to feel as though like you don't want to contribute to everybody's nonsense, but like Earth is trash right now.
Yeah.
Earth is trash.
I was going to start the show off telling you about the girl that only eats vegetables, but you probably never heard of her before.
Not you kissing me in the mouth.
That's because you didn't friggin' laugh at my damn joke.
I was on my way to laugh, and he kissed me in the mouth and stole my laughter. That was trash.
Hey, Cash.
Why you look like you heard him? I can't believe you did that. Go play. Now you can't hang. What was that? First of all, you're right. I've never heard of her before because what? And it's too early. You can't be starting off the show that early with the dad jokes.
I mean, I'm not about to. You just went to be like, oh, we're not going to have a depressing show and just continue with the depressing conversation. So I had to get us up out of there.
You know what, though? You're right, because am I the asshole this week? Not lighthearted, I tell you that much.
Oh, boy.
So this week's episode, we have Am I the Asshole? We're going to talk about Burna Boy being an asshole. Cardi B had her baby. Trump is a fanboy. Nicki Minaj has lost all her marbles. Michael Jackson impersonators need a reality check. So does Kid Cudi. and I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute.
What
And
happened?
Chicago youth are out here acting up, and there's a lot to discuss this week.
Clearly,
we're gonna start off with that. Am I the asshole though? Okay, and this is the brief synopsis. Am I the asshole for wanting to walk away from my marriage and the child we were raising after finding out the child is biologically my husband's? I'm on my Jerry Springer this week, or Maury Povich this week.
What? Okay, I think I have an idea where this is going. Okay, go ahead.
There's a lot to this, and it's all newly revealed to me, so I'm still processing, and I'm sure I'll be all over the place. I'm so angry about all of this. My husband's sister adopted a child 4 years ago. She had talked before about being a single mom by choice, and when her friend had a child she didn't want to raise, she said it made sense to step in and offer to become the baby's mom. Everyone was supportive and welcomed the child into the family. 2.5 years ago, my husband's sister was diagnosed with MS. She unfortunately declined rapidly and asked us to take her child, and we agreed. We had not yet had children of our own at that point, which made it easier. We made sure she could still spend time with her child, and she asked that we continue raising the child. And I'm saying the child to keep anonymity, no matter how bad she gets. If she dies, we agreed. My husband never acted weird around the child, never acted like he had some secret. He acted like an uncle willing to step in and raise his sister's child. Recently, his sister confessed to me that my husband was the biological father of this child. She said my husband and her best friend used to hook up occasionally, and he did it right again before we got married, and this child is the result of his infidelity. I was sick. She told me she couldn't keep lying to me because eventually it would come out, and she wanted to minimize the damage. I confronted my husband and he denied it, so I asked him to take a DNA test. He's the father. There's no doubt. DNA confirmed he's the biological father. He told me nothing happened since we were married, and he loves me and he's sorry for what he did. He said it was a drunk night before our wedding and he would never do something like that again. Then he said he wanted us to be a family and offer to adopt his child and raise them as our own. He told me this doesn't have to end us. I left the house and have been staying with my sister since the DNA results. I'm disgusted and I don't want to sign up for this. I know that baby is innocent, but I now can only see what my husband did, and I cannot imagine raising them and acting like their mom and keeping my husband in my life. My husband's sister has reached out to apologize multiple times, and she told the rest of the family the truth also. My husband's family has tried to contact me to get me back to my husband. They have told me I have a family now and I can't leave, and especially not with their daughter unable to raise this baby again. I had to block them because their messages were blaming and shaming me more and more for not agreeing to marriage counseling and moving forward as a family. I don't see a way back from this, but I have been in this child's life since birth and raised them for more than 1.5 years. I just know I could never be a good mom to them knowing what I know. Am I the asshole for wanting to divorce and walk away?
Wow. You said the woman's sister told her, or the man's sister told her?
No, the man's sister who has MS.
Told her.
Originally adopted the baby told her the truth.
Why the hell would she tell her? Like, that's
she's
so
known
crazy.
this whole time. She's known this whole time. She said she figured it would come out eventually, and she was doing it to minimize the damage.
How was that to minimize the damage? If it hadn't come out in all these years, the child is 4 years old. No? Ain't that what you said?
Yeah, she did. I'm assuming she's saying that because
oh my God,
maybe the child is starting to look more and more like family. Could you imagine?
I cannot imagine. This is not something that I can imagine. No, but it is so crazy for a sister to know what she knows went down, adopted the child, raised the child for as long as she could, for almost 4 years, keeping this thing a secret, only for it to come out. Like, what was the purpose of you doing this in the first place? Like, if you weren't going to keep the secret. It's crazy. This is crazy. And I mean, I'm not saying that this guy has no faults in this either, but like, what was the purpose of this all? Why not just put everything out on Front Street from the beginning? Why wait all this time just to ruin the relationship, only to be like, oh no, don't leave, don't leave. I just ruined your relationship, but don't leave. No, like, what is this?
Because I definitely can say that I don't think she's the asshole for winning a divorce.
No, I don't think
so. To the DNA results, I think everybody else around her are assholes. I think that in order for you to minimize the damage, the truth should have been told before she walked down the aisle and told that man, I do, since you knew about it. And if you loved it, first of all, why would you, when you're drunk and you know you're getting married, why would another woman be interesting to you?
What kind of question is that, Jade? What kind of question is that?
What I'm trying to say is, because you're always going to be attracted to people, yes.
Uh-huh.
But when you're drunk and you're getting married the next day, a week from now, whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
why are you finding yourself between the thighs of someone who is not your fiance slash wife to
Listen,
be?
listen. Again, I'm not about to yuck nobody's yum. Some people have some sort of agreements or whatever, some
Yes,
sort of hall
that is
passes and all of
fine.
that type of stuff. I don't have a lot of specific types of male friends in my life for a purpose. A lot of males will look at a situation like this and be like, "Oh, you about to have one box for the rest of your life. Might as well go sow your oats before the wedding or whatever." Like this is a common thing, whether I want to believe it or not. But like I can see how this could happen, but for this to be with someone that is so close to the family, one, and two, for you to be so reckless is ridiculous. I can't see how she could be the asshole here. I don't know. It depends on where I am and the age and all that. But me personally, having no connection to this situation whatsoever, and finding out 4 years later that I was cheated on, and then there's a product that came from that. What the hell is
Wild,
my like?
wild.
How could I be the asshole for wanting to leave? Like
Like,
I have
how
no
wild is
dog
that?
in this fight, really. Like
Like,
I don't
how
have children of my
wild?
own.
Cut them off. Cut them all off. And honestly, you should go speak to your sister-in-law's best friend because what? Because
Yeah.
have you been around us since this marriage?
Yep. This is wild to me. This is so wild to me. You're not the asshole. The audacity of this man to say, "Okay, I'm gonna take in this kid," and at that point to not say anything either, and just was like, "Okay, yep, we're gonna raise this child as if I'm the uncle, knowing goddamn well you're the damn father." It's just, it's just
Like,
the audacity. I said this last week, and here
then
we are again.
and then what makes it even more audacious is when the truth comes out to be like, I mean, it was a one-time thing. I don't mean it, but now we're a family.
And we're gonna adopt him. We
What?
now I'm gonna adopt my own child, which is crazy.
Girl, get out while you can,
Ah,
because that whole
ah,
family is
the
nothing but a
four.
joke.
I feel so bad for the kid, yo. 4 year
Yeah,
old
that
was
poor
like,
baby.
"Uncle Daddy, Uncle Daddy." This is what this is.
Like calling them like that's wild because it's like what makes it
Oh
even wild? Do you
God.
think about the whole circumstance? Okay, so you're a child of technically it wasn't an affair, but kind of an affair, right? You're a child of an affair. Your aunt adopts you
Mm,
and raises you as their child.
mm.
You don't know that your uncle's really your daddy.
You thought that your mom was your mom and your mom is your auntie.
Your mom is your auntie. You thought your
Your
uncle was your
auntie,
uncle, but your uncle is your
your
daddy.
your momty, her friend is your mommy, which is crazy. Yo, this is yo, Today, this is
And
getting
y'all are
worse. This
telling
is
me,
yo, the rage now. It's
and
boiling
y'all are
up in me.
telling me to be easy and to go to
Oh,
marriage counseling.
oh
No, your
no.
son should have gone to therapy
Oh
before we even
God.
got married. Because what are we talking about right now?
Oh no. Oh no. Oh
And then
no.
y'all trying to shame and blame me? Absolutely not. Y'all are
Uncle
bugging.
Uncle Daddy and Momty.
That's your dunkle. Your momty and your dunkle. Like what?
Oh my God. Oh my. Sorry.
Like
Oh God. Mm-mm.
humans are so unserious. So unserious. Because what do you mean? Like what do
Mm-mm.
y'all mean?
Nope.
And more, y'all can't be serious news. I guess Burna Boy put himself on the Summer Jam screen this
Lord.
week because at a recent show in Denver, he stopped mid performance, noticing a woman asleep in the crowd, and had her and her boyfriend escorted out of the venue, and it went viral.
Mm-hmm.
And then he apologized. You know, they did the typical notes Instagram apology type thing later, with people basically saying like, he was wrong or he had a point. If I spent my money to come see you and I go to sleep, that's my business.
Listen.
That's my business. You already got my money. That's my business.
Listen.
Okay?
You don't understand. You don't.
Me
Oh my
sleep,
God. You would have had
refund me
to.
my money.
First of all, I'm not going out of there without a fight. I'm sorry.
Mm-mm.
I spent way too much money on this for you to be kicking me out of the concert. And that's not even how you said he had them escorted. That's not even how it really went down. Like he saw it, he made a big mockery, turned off the music, was like on some, oh, your girl is asleep and I'm gonna need you to get her the fuck up out of here. I'm not doing no more songs until you get her the fuck up out of here. Now you got the whole stadium against me and this chick.
Honestly, I mean, her boyfriend would have been well within their right to knock Burna Boy's head off.
Son.
But I'm saying I spent my money. If I decide to
To
sleep, it's
waste my
not
money,
bothering
however, yo,
nobody. Me sleeping is bothering nobody but your ego. That's your
correct,
ego.
correct,
And your ego is not as expensive as you think because just as quickly as you've risen to fame, just as
correct,
fast as you can fall into the abyss of unknowing. Let's
correct,
not,
correct.
let's not. Okay?
It's so wild because it's like me as the artist, my first thing is not to react like that. First of all, I'm not a big egotistical type of person in the first place. But secondly, my first thought is just like, yo, what's going on with this person? It is so loud in here. Why is she asleep? How is she asleep in the first place? Is the question. She definitely got something going on. She definitely got something going on. I don't know what it is, but that's my first thought. My first thought is not
Right.
to be like, oh, you disrespecting me. Like, I got your
It's
money. Like you
like
said, I got your money. It is what it
you
is.
got the money. And there's so many things that could have been happening in this moment with this woman. Like she could unknowingly be pregnant, right? Hormones all over the place, just tired. He could have been a doctor, nurse, somebody, a first responder who worked
Correct.
uh, you know, 20-hour shift and she decided because you're her favorite artist that she wanted to spend some of her waking hours with you. You don't know
Correct.
anything. And then he said something about he's not looking for new fans. Sir, you're always looking for new fans. You're always looking for new fans. And if you think you're not looking for new fans, this will not be very long for you. Because your fans are always there's a turnover with
Yeah.
fans. There's plenty of artists that I used to listen to at one point in time that I do not listen to now.
Yeah.
And thankfully, there's someone to step into my place as a new fan who's just discovered that person. But
Yeah.
I'm glad to know that you're not looking for new fans because I personally have never been really on the Burner Boy bus. I'm
Yeah.
glad to continue missing that bus. I'm so happy to continue missing that bus.
So I'm pretty upset because back when Burna Boy was at the height of it all, and everybody, I didn't spoke about it on the show before. Like
Mhm.
I was just one day scrolling down my timeline, and my whole timeline was Burna Boy, and every single person that I know was at the Burna Boy concert at Madison Square
Mhm.
Garden, and I was just like, wait a second, hey, me, nobody told me that they were going, and everybody's over there. How come I'm the one looking at it from from everybody else's angles except for me going? So my sister, hearing this, being the dutiful sister that she is, decided because I turned the big fours this year, she bought me Burner Boy tickets for this upcoming month. Like
Mhm.
we're supposed to be going to this Burner Boy concert. This thing has turned my sister off so much. She has like not been in the mood to patronize this gentleman's shindig, right? So, I just told her, I don't mind. I don't mind if you need to go get your money back or whatever. We'll figure something else out. We'll have another sibling date. So, long story short, we're no longer going to this Burna Boy
You
concert, which
don't need new
is,
fans though.
which is crazy because it's like I know that I'm not the only person. Well, the two of us are not the only two people that feel this way and that are going to react this way. So, this stuff is not like okay, you have a billion fans and these two fans that are not coming to your show is not going to really do anything to you. This stuff exponentially grows. So these two tell their people, those people go on and tell their people, those people go on and tell their people, and before you know it, like you said, the abyss. Who were you?
What was his song?
What
And
was
to
that,
that point
man?
too, actually saw something online right before we started recording about like he was supposed to be a part of some festival, like a small festival in Atlanta, I think it was, and they rescinded their invitation. So
Yeah, here
the
we
woman
are.
came out and said that she was dealing with emotional distress and hoped the concert would lift her spirit. So basically, you're
Right.
not even a good time because she couldn't even get in the mood, fell asleep, and then you wanted to embarrass her. And now put yourself on the Summer Jam screen in America. And the thing about it is this. He's very egotistical. Every time I've seen him, it has been something about him. He thinks he's bigger than the program. And it's because he has been a trailblazer for other artists like himself. And I get that. And
Yeah.
I'm never one to diminish one person's artistry.
Yeah.
But sir,
If I
this
was,
is
this is me. If I was in Denver and I witnessed this happen, how am I having any more fun for the rest of the night? Because I just watched you act this way towards these people that are basically me. Because we are all in the
food.
same, we're all in the same boat, helping patronize your event, you know? So I would have left.
I
I
would
would have
have
left.
booed.
I would have
I
left.
would have started a boo chant and I would have wanted him to try to kick me out.
This is the exact same reason why I don't like Trey Songz. I was at a concert and he acted similarly. This is exactly the same reason I don't like Nicki Minaj. I was at a concert and she acted similarly. And I just, no, I just can't do it. Like, people are people and we work very hard. We work damn hard to spend the money, these ridiculous concert prices, to go to y'all's establishment only to be berated by you. No, no, not my money.
And it's
No, sorry.
also note to artists and to public figures and to things like that. Whenever you start an apology with, I'm sorry if you were offended, you're not actually apologizing.
Boom. How
That's
many
not an
times we gotta say
apology.
this? How many times we gotta say
That
this?
is not an apology. Okay. You don't say, I'm sorry if you're offended, because the reason you apologize is because you know that I'm offended. Right. So you need to really, your publicist, your crisis management team need to figure out a better way, because an apology literally costs you nothing.
Yeah,
It literally costs you nothing.
yeah,
Okay. But I'm glad that he was never really my ministry. I
yeah.
know he did go to Antigua one time, and I was like, how can Antigua afford him? But other than that, I'm good,
I've
and I will
I've
remain good.
seen I've seen a whole bunch of Nigerians on the interwebs talking about, oh, that's how Nigerians act. What's the difference? I don't see no problem with how he acted.
That's y'all.
And listen, you want to feel this way to the person that you're spending your money for? Go ahead. Not me and
Like
my
that's
money.
y'all.
Not me and
Did
my
you know who
money.
else learned that lesson quickly? Tyler.
Mm,
Not because she was rude to anybody, but when she first came out, yeah, because she's South African, she's considered colored. And there's that nuance between Americans and that word and South Africans and that word. And she was basically on her high horse saying that she didn't have to defend it, yada yada yada. And a lot of South Africans were saying she don't need America like to be successful, da 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 da. And then her
okay.
album dropped and it sold 300 copies.
Uh-huh.
This is why we y'all didn't need
Y'all all say y'all
America
don't
to
need
start,
America
and
until
then y'all
you
always try to start here to pop
correct.
off, because if you
Correct.
pop off here amongst Black Americans in particular,
Yeah,
the world is your oyster.
that's
Y'all know
correct.
this, but y'all like to play in Black Americans' faces. And I can say this as a non-Black American American. I may look Black, but I'm Antiguan American, whatever. I have the utmost respect for native born Black Americans.
Right.
Y'all like to act like Black Americans don't move culture, don't have culture. Is not the reason that your favorite artist is as wealthy as they are outside of your country. There's a difference. That US dollar means a lot, because if it didn't, y'all wouldn't be over here. Okay? Let's
Mm-hmm.
not
Mm-hmm.
let's leave the diaspora wars in 2025, please. When 2026 rolls around, Cash agrees. We don't want to hear it.
You said that in 2024. I believe you said
I
it in
know. It was
2023 too. So,
I
here we
did.
are.
I did.
Here
It's
we
not
are.
gonna stop, because everybody comes here, all of a sudden they're better than Americans. They're better than Black Americans. Black Americans don't have culture. Meanwhile, they're dressed like Black Americans. They're talking like Black Americans. They're emulating everything that Black Americans have done. Make it make sense. The math is not mathing. But I digress. I digress. Moving on to somebody else who got too much dip on her chip. Nicki Minaj was at the UN
Uh-huh. Yes, she
on
was.
behalf of Donald Trump and his administration, delivering a speech about the violence against Christians in Nigeria, flanked by U.S. Ambassador Mike Waltz, and thanking Donald Trump. He framed the issue as humanitarian, not political, calling for unity and compassion. Some supporters and U.S. officials praised her for raising awareness of violence. Critics accused her of pushing a one-sided or oversimplified narrative, because there's so much nuance. Because if we're going to talk about the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, then we should also talk about the persecution of Muslims in Nigeria. Those two
Mm-hmm.
things go hand in
Hand
hand.
in hand.
Some
Mm-hmm.
Nigerian and Some Nigerians refuted her framing, citing terrorism and ethnic conflicts impacting all religions. Social media questioned her alignment with Trump-backed messaging. Nigerians online were split between "thanks for speaking up" and "please don't speak for us." And my question is, has Nicki Minaj been to Nigeria?
That's a question. That is a good question. Somebody got to handle this lady. She has for a long time, and I saw this on the internet, so I don't want to take credit, but I laughed and chuckled so hard when I heard it. They said that Nicki Minaj has been for a long time on the internet Kanye West in a pink wig. And I was and I was just like, yes,
Valid.
correct.
Very valid. Super valid, as a matter of fact.
So
here's the thing. If Nicki Minaj had been an artist that had spoken up against injustices for quite some time, maybe then it would be believable.
mhm.
I don't recall Nicki Minaj ever really giving her opinion on things that have affected those in the United States
Or Trinidad for that matter.
or Trinidad. I don't know. Has she sent any money to Jamaica?
Listen.
You know what I mean? And I don't
Mhm.
follow up her. And then to talk about something about Barb's, this is big for us. I need all of y'all to please go outside and touch some grass, smoke some grass, do something, find a new hobby, because this is not it. This is not it.
She's been losing a lot of barbs. Like this was the last straw for them. Like aligning herself with the Trump and MAGA politics is ridiculous.
Like, I just don't. Girl, he does not know you. This very bright blonde braided hair in my head. If we stood next to each other, you in a pink wig and me in this with this braids on my head, and I was standing closer to him, he would call me the illustrious rapper Nicki Minaj, and we look nothing alike.
Listen,
Let's be so for real. Let's be so for real. You have an allegiance to losers, and I really, really, truly want you to really take a step back and think about that. From Aubrey to your husband. It's just a long line. It's just a long line. And I just don't understand why you would allow your legacy to be diminished and tarnished in this way continuously.
yeah.
Don't you have an album you're supposed to be putting out? Get back in the booth.
Get to that. And also, especially when you're going to go speak in front of the UN, you should have your facts correct. Like you should have all of the facts there. Like because if we're talking, like you said, it goes hand in hand with the Christians and the Muslims. So if both sides are being attacked, but it's not even like the way that you guys are saying. It's not even this big huge thing. Like it's happening, but it's not happening widespread across the entire country or whatever. But if you are going to speak about it, speak about the other side as well. Also speak about the real problem here, which is Boko Haram, right? If you don't have the information, bring somebody with you that has the information and be like, all right, I want to defer to this person that has more information and let them do it. I just came here to bring some awareness and flex my celebrity. Boom. Do that. But no.
Sometimes it is okay to shut.
Listen.
Especially when you don't have. Let me say something. The more this social experiment of life goes on, the more I realize that we're not all equipped for this. Because fame and that fame, ego, clout, hell of a drug. And it got some of y'all spiraling. Her being one of it, or one of them, because there's so many things that you could be. Did you talk about what's going on in Gaza? That's a whole genocide going on over there. Have you talked about that?
Yeah.
Nikki?
Have you spoken about child sexual abuse? A topic that is even closer to.
She can't.
Okay.
She can't. Listen, her husband has to go to parent-teacher conferences via Zoom, and I don't even think he could do that. He's not even allowed to
I go
pick
to
up
parent-teacher conferences via Zoom.
Yeah, but you be working. Okay,
no,
you be
that's
working.
how it
There's a
goes now.
difference.
That's how it is now.
That's how it is where you are. I'm talking about when you can.
Period.
Okay,
I think
well, you know how you can physically.
COVID, that's what it's like now.
But you know how you can physically go to a school event in support of your children.
Correct.
Her husband can't do that. He could probably maybe FaceTime him and hold the phone up, but he can't physically. Like if they have a birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese for Papa Bear,
Yikes.
Papa Bear's father can't go.
So we really don't know this boy's real name. It's just still gonna be Papa Bear. Like that's what it is.
All I know is Cardi told me this is not funny, but it's funny. Cardi told me that baby's favorite color is 5, and I have not been okay
Yikes!
since. Okay.
Yikes!
Speaking of real quick, so Cardi had her baby.
She did.
Shout
She
out to
did.
her back on November 4th. So TMZ held that news for a couple of weeks. I don't know that they actually dropped the baby's name. They're calling him Baby Brim.
Yeah. Hmm.
Blessings to her. Shout out to her. I'm glad she had a safe pregnancy, delivery. It looks like her snapback is crazy because she was already out and about, not looking like she just gave birth a couple of weeks ago. Meanwhile, I'm not pregnant, nor have I ever been pregnant, and I look like I've always just given birth. So whatever your secret is, Cardi,
Oh.
I want to know. I was looking at my stomach today, and I was like, "This is an atrocity."
It's the
But you know, they
listen.
say winter. What is it? Summer bodies are made during the winter. Just know I'm
Correct.
gonna be outside
Yes.
naked next summer because I'm on my grind.
She knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing over there.
I would definitely be one of those women that would have to start cursing people out online because they'll be like, you know, like when men see women who like just stop the giving birth because they take the time to like mentally get better before they physically get better. And they be
Right.
like, in order for you to keep your man, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. That's me. Because when I tell you I will be laid up like Jabba the Hutt, that don't bother me. So God knew. God knew 'cause I would be Jabba the Hutt in that
Oh
house.
God.
So shout out
Yeah.
to Cardi. Benito, make sure you bring her out. I want her out during the Super Bowl. I want her rapping in Spanish.
I had a thought that she was gonna have this baby months from now. So I'm glad that she had the baby now because she can potentially pull it together in order in time to have this tour actually look like something instead of her just kind of wobbling across the stage and stuff like that. She might actually be physically able to do stuff. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, has Cardi ever really like not just
So I've
wobbled
seen
though?
I have seen some performances where, she may not be the best dancers, but she's been putting in actual work to try to actually
Okay, I get it.
actually perform, right? So I am under the impression that I'm going to see the first one or two, maybe three performances online, see if it's worth paying for, and then pay for a ticket on the aftermarket, like on
I got
secondary
you.
market. We'll see. We'll
Got
see
you.
what happens. We'll see.
Just know, like when you asked me for Chris Brown, I'm good.
How dare you today?
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
good. Speaking of, have you been watching the show All Her Fault
Oh
on
my God,
Peacock?
Jade. Okay, Jade. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the things. Let's get into
First of all,
it.
TV has been TVing these past couple
Yes.
of weeks, okay? Because I've been
Yes.
watching All Her Fault. I've been watching Welcome to Derry on HBO Max.
I've heard about it.
Um,
Haven't started it yet.
and I don't know, before we get into All Her Fault, I don't know what these kids did to Pennywise back in the day, but leave that man alone because the way he wasn't wilding on these kids in it the way he wilding on these kids and Welcome to Derry. Like
Oh
it's
my God. Oh my God. Oh
every week
gosh.
I'm like,
Yeah, no.
every
Yeah,
week
I
I'm
don't
like,
know.
y'all find him now. Every episode I'm like, find him because
Listen,
he's not.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to watch it because my wife don't be watching that scary stuff. So I don't know. We're gonna see.
Yeah, Derry, honestly, Derry, I mean, it's not scary, but it's traumatizing because it's like it's kids and they're not doing it in a way that things are alluded to. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
Like it's not like things are happening to kids off screen and you're like, oh,
it's
okay.
happening
Like you yeah,
gruesomely right in front of your
yeah.
face.
You'd be
Yikes.
like, la la la, what? Like, and it
Mm,
happens fast. So
no,
anyway,
thanks.
All Her Fault. If y'all are not familiar with All Her Fault, I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but it's a show about a mother who is looking for a child, and it unfolds very quickly. Um, it's a
Yo,
doozy from day one.
Jade, you know, so for instance, like when I hear Beyonce records most of the time, when I'm first taking it in, I'm
Mhm,
listening to it, and there's always
mhm.
a point of the record where I'm like, all right, I gotta pause and take a breather so I could take that all in
Right.
Start it again from the top so that I can
Right.
take it all in.
Right.
Literally, maybe 1 minute and 32 seconds into this show, I had to press pause because I was like, I was like, ain't no way, lady. Ain't no way. Ain't no way, lady. Ain't no
Like,
way you would put into this situation. Because not me or nobody that I know would be put in this situation. How?
first of all, the way I'm nosy, okay? And like, see, the thing about this is because we can't, like, we could talk about it, but we can't really
I'm
talk about
trying
it
not to
because we
give it
don't want
away.
it,
Oh
because
my
we don't want to
God.
give it away.
Oh
But
my God.
I just know that certain things in our community just would not fly, and this is one of those things that just would not fly. Because what do you mean? What do you mean?
Like,
Like, what do you
how
mean?
could I be? I'm trying not to, but how nonchalance, and your own child do not
Just
go
don't
hand in
happen
hand. It
at
should not
all.
go hand in hand. Period.
The moment I pull up and something is awry, there's no calm.
Oh
There's no let's
God.
think about this. There's no. I'm in overdrive. I overreact if McDonald's forgets my honey mustard in my bag. What do you mean?
Yo, the way I wanted to pull all of the hairs out of the top of my head, I don't even got none, Jade. I don't even got none. Yo, I was so pissed off. I was like, no
Yo,
way.
I'm like, y'all are way too calm.
Oh my God.
It wasn't just like one person too. It was like everybody was nonchalant for me, too
Yeah.
nonchalant for me. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna need y'all to be I'm gonna need y'all to be chalant because shit is happening, and I need
I'm gonna need y'all to
everybody
be
got to.
chalant for sure.
I'm gonna need
I'm
y'all
gonna
to
get a
react.
t-shirt.
Okay,
I'm gonna get a t-shirt that says chalant.
like I need y'all to be chalant because I can't wait for you to get to the end. When you get to the
Oh,
end, because I know you haven't finished it, we will revisit this and then we will put a spoiler in the
spoiler alert
beginning
for
of
sure.
this, a spoiler alert, so we could really talk about
I
it.
think I got like 2 or 3 more episodes left. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I
Oh
can't
my
wait
God.
because when we get to that, then we will definitely have to talk about y'all just
Yes.
gonna have to skip past
Okay.
that part and get to the next. Um
I put
this is another
chapters in the damn
PSA.
show. They could see. They could see where to come back.
You know these people are not looking at no damn chapters unless we say at the beginning, spoiler alert, we about to spoil this show. Go to the next chapter. Other than that, they gonna
That's what we gonna
listen.
do. And that's what we gonna
They're
do.
gonna be in the
All right.
comments like, you didn't even tell us. PSA, if you were gonna be a Michael Jackson impersonator, you should know about Michael Joseph Jackson. Okay. So let me give y'all a brief history. A couple weeks ago, the trailer for the upcoming Michael Jackson movie, Michael, starring his nephew Jafar,
Yes.
it dropped. There was a slew of reactions. I, for one, I've already thought about ordering my glittery sequin glove as a part of a fit that I have to wear to the movie theater. I don't know that I'm going on opening night, but I know when I do go, I am getting dressed. Okay.
It actually looks
Because
pretty good. It actually does look pretty good.
one thing I don't play about is Michael Joseph Jackson. Okay. Me and Michael Joseph, we go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the trailer came out. There was a slew of reactions. Most of it was positive. All of it, I think, a majority of it was positive. People in their feelings. People are telling movie theaters, "Hey, take the seats out the theater because we will be dancing. This will be joyous. The songs will be dropping. We need the room to boogie."
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Shout out to Jafar because I know when he said there was a line that he spit, he sounded just like his uncle, and I said, "Oh,
Been training for this his whole life.
touche, touche."
Mm-hmm.
While this was happening, there is an Michael Jackson impersonator from Brazil whose name is Fabio. His real name is Fabio. I don't know, some Spanish last name or Brazilian last name. Excuse me, Portuguese last name. But his now goes by Fabio Jackson.
Mm.
Fabio has altered his appearance to literally look like a Michael Jackson clone. Fabio put up a reaction video to him watching the trailer for the first time, and Fabio looked disappointed. Fabio looked as though I am Michael Jackson and this is beneath me. Okay. And the internet clocked it. The internet was like, I don't, why are you acting like Michael Jackson left you in charge? We don't understand this. Now I'm familiar with Fabio because I've seen him before and I've blocked him on TikTok for a couple of reasons. But the last time I saw Fabio, against my will was he was in Vegas walking with his girlfriend at the time, who's now his wife, and there was a Michael Jackson impersonator on the strip. And Fabio stopped to watch,
I
and Fabio,
remember
yes, and
this.
Fabio was acting as though he was Michael Jackson. He said, I love when they do this." Who's they, Fabio? You are one of them.
You are they.
You are they, sir. You are
Yo,
they.
Fabio is pissed off because he spent all of this money to rearrange his appearance and his brain to be able to think that he's Michael Jackson, only to be let go in the first round of casting for this movie.
Have you heard
He
him sing? Did you see the audition tape?
No, I didn't see it. I didn't see it, but I heard he got let go after the first round. It was never for you, sir.
There was a clip going around of Fabio singing Butterflies.
Oh no, not butterfly. Not Marsha Ambrosia's Butterfly. No.
They was calling it Moths.
Oh.
Okay.
because
They were calling it Moths.
to be fair, Janae, to be fair, and I know you goes up for Michael Joseph Jackson, but even Michael Jackson didn't give Butterflies the justice that Marsha
No,
Ambrosia's did.
no,
Okay,
no.
it's
He
her
didn't, and
song.
I can
It's
agree
her
with
song.
that.
Was meant
No,
for
no,
her.
I can totally agree with that. I may go up for Michael Joseph, but I'm not delusional. Okay, so I get it.
Yeah.
So anyway, Fabio has found himself back in the spotlight because of this. He was recently on a not Instagram, TikTok live with a black woman who said to him, "You know, Michael Jackson is black," and he said that Michael wasn't really black, and
Oh God.
that Michael he had brown skin and mixed ancestry because Catherine was Mexican and Japanese. Does Catherine know she's Mexican and Japanese?
I'm sorry. What is happening? Oh my God.
Does
The guy,
Catherine Jackson know that she is Mexican and Japanese? I ask you.
this same guy said that Michael Jackson, the real one, altered his appearance so that he could look like him.
Mind you, Fabio is all of 13. I don't know how old that man is, but
I'm just saying.
Fabio. Which also begs the question too. When y'all start impersonating Michael, why y'all only impersonate white Mike? Because black Mike had the juice too.
He definitely did.
Ring knows that.
He definitely
If
did.
you look, we need the black mics. It's time for us to usher out the white mics and bring in the black mics because y'all are getting way too comfortable. Catherine is Mexican and Japanese. I want somebody to ask Catherine, does she know?
Does she know?
And then said because if he were black, he's not from the Congo, so he can't be black.
Oh, wow.
He would have good hair if he were black. How did he get this hair? Mind you, Fabio is
first of
a
all,
MAGA.
I'm just like, what? Yo, Michael Jackson, big broad nose Michael Jackson with the afro.
Yes. The same Michael Jackson that has declared on multiple occasions that he is proud to be Black American. That Michael Jackson. This Fabio has also declared himself this quote unquote real original Michael Jackson beyond impersonation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
He has said that his identity ties him more directly to the real Michael Jackson. He is, like you said, that Michael altered himself to look more like him. Fabio, you changed your last name to Jackson.
God, we started this episode out talking about therapy. I said everybody needs one. Everybody needs a therapist.
He needs more than therapy.
He needs more than that. He needs more than that.
He needs more than therapy. On that note, too, somebody had said something about like people not being mentioned in the same category as Michael Jackson. And I don't have the full context of this. I just saw a screen grab of Kid Cudi responding to a tweet that said like this, you know, like being mentioned in the same as Michael Jackson. And he said MJ was just music. And he wants to be known for everything that he does when it comes to his artistry, the movies, so forth and so on. And I want to tell you, the Capricious Cootie, because I don't remember your real name at this moment.
Scott Mescudi.
Scott, please do not piss me off. Because that just told me that you do not know of the Michael Joseph Jackson of which you speak. Y'all know I go up for Beyonce.
Yeah.
Y'all know I go up for Beyonce. I would never, Beyonce would never say that she is the next Michael Jackson or is as great as Michael Jackson. You know why he can't say that? Because when Michael Jackson ushered in the first Super Bowl halftime show, and that man stood on stage for 2 minutes just doing nothing,
Mm-hmm.
just doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to Google how many medical emergencies there was at whatever stadium that was at. While that man just stood there on stage breathing. Open air. They weren't in a contained space, open air. Nobody is doing that. Nobody.
Yeah. I can't speak to Kid Cudi's comment because I don't, like you said, I don't know. I'm just hearing about this for the first time right now. So I don't know. I'm a Cudi fan, so I'm a reserve my statements until I know what's going on.
I just know that man said, and I meant to send it to you beforehand, that he wants to be, and I don't know what the responses were. I don't know if people got in his comments and were kind of like, you have way too much dip on your chip, but I hope y'all did, because you had way too much dip on your chip. Do I think that you are not a great artist? No, it's not that I don't think that you're a great artist. You're decent. You're not my ministry, but I do appreciate you. I just know that in no conversation ever in the history of conversations has anyone ever said, y'all think Cudi like Mike? I know. I know. I know.
What I will say though, it's a more valid conversation than Fabio Jackson and Michael Jackson. so,
Yes.
so we'll leave it at that.
Valid point. Very valid point. Very valid point. Very valid point. Yes. You will. While we talking about ridiculous things, Donald Trump has a crush, and the crush's name is Zohran Mamdani. Okay.
Yo. What is happening in this world, yo? I just can't. Like, every day is a fucking reality show. Every damn day. Oh,
Zohran, as the new mayor-elect of New York, did what all politicians do, went to the White House to visit with Donald Trump. I have never seen Donald Trump fangirl over somebody that was not Jeffrey Epstein.
Wild.
As I have him fangirling over Zohran Mamdani. Okay? That man said, Mamdani said, they asked Mamdani, do you still call like Donald Trump a fascist? And Mamdani was going to give a political answer, and Donald Trump said, go ahead.
You can say it.
It's easier. You can say it. It's easier.
It's easier to say it. I think I've never seen, the man hated this man's guts this morning. And by this afternoon, he was the biggest fangirl ever. Like, what? That's
Mamdani
crazy
said to that man's face, Israel is committing a genocide in Gaza with US dollar. And Donald Trump smiled at him as though he just said, you deserve the Nobel Peace Prize. Man is enamored with Zohran Mamdani.
Correct.
Never said. Now, granted, it's Donald Trump. I know once the shine wears off and the razzle dazzle of him being in Mamdani's presence weans off and they get in his ear again, he's going to call him Bomb Along Mamdani, or he'll come up with some ridiculous nickname and call him a terrorist, Muslim,
of
whatever.
Of course.
They asked that man, would you live in Mamdani's New York? And Trump said, yes, absolutely.
Yo, he's like a Javiana slipper. Flip-flop. It's crazy.
I have a picture to send you to include in this week's episode. I don't know if I sent it to you already, of him smiling up at Mamdani. He
No.
literally looks like Mamdani. He's looking at Mamdani the way I look like a good ice cream cone.
It's
Okay,
like how
just
Cash looks up at you. That's how it goes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A puppy dog.
It's like
A puppy dog.
I said, I have never.
Yeah.
Zohran, the man that you are, I was not familiar with all of your game. I was familiar with some of your game. And they said he was gonna help Zohran make some of his agenda. So Donald Trump is a socialist. Okay.
Like
Okay.
what did I say to you earlier? The man wants to go out with no regrets. He needs to
Yeah.
shine every doorknob for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and to that point, he wanted to slob on that knob. We already know what he liked to do. We know he was ready to.
Oh
The
man.
cameras wasn't rolling. I know he was like, "What about me and Bubba?" No, I know he hit them with that wink.
You see the
Uh,
spark in his eye?
That was a new treat. It was a new treat at the table for Donald. You know what, Donald?
Okay,
I
all
wasn't
right.
familiar with your
I'm
game either,
finished.
but
I'm finished.
my God, today.
Oh God.
Imagine. Okay. Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Moving along.
What a time to be alive. Oh my gosh.
Listen, they apparently have started sending we've and we've enlisted the whatever. We're looking for the aliens, apparently. That's supposed to be coming with Atlas.
Mm.
The US has like put something out there to watch it because now they're a little concerned about what's gonna happen. Because apparently back in 1974 there was a one of these people in NASA heard something out there, and all he said was, "Wow, we ain't never heard from that man again." And it's coming from the same direction where Atlas is coming from.
Mm.
Have said it many times. Send the asteroid. I am ready. Actually, Carlisa sent me a TikTok of somebody holding Gizmo from the Gremlins, and they was acting like they was gonna wet it. And I said, "Do it."
Do it. Ain't that what Labubu is? Y'all think Labubus are cute. Y'all think that's what y'all think it is.
Bijou is too stylish to be out here. We can
Y'all
have it.
just
Do
y'all
it
just out here stockpiling all of them Labubus in y'all
because
houses. And guess
them
what?
Gremlins would make better leaders than what we got going on right now.
Yo,
Do it. I beg of you.
speaking of which, I watched the first episode of Pluribus on Apple TV. Not what I expected, and right along the lines of what we're talking about right now. I'm gonna get back to y'all on that once I figure out what the hell's going on. Great. What you
And
got?
much in a much more somber conversation, a Chicago mother and her 9-year-old son were attacked by a group of children in elementary school. The footage went viral, sparking outrage, leading parents and residents to demand accountability and safety reforms. The mother and son were assaulted in broad daylight. The video went viral almost instantly. Neighbors say the same group of kids have allegedly attacked people before. Parents gathered at the school demanding policy changes and safety measures. Mayor Brandon Jackson called the situation unacceptable and ordered a full investigation. School officials, city agencies, and police are increasing presence and offering resources. I understand that parents are asking for policy changes and safety measures, but where were y'all?
Hmm.
Because there's something about me. The ripe old age of 42, I'm still scared of Blondell.
I just don't understand. Like, I never really understood like people beating kids, but some of them need to be beaten.
Oh, yeah, no.
Some of them, yeah, some of them,
I
because
believe gentle
there's no
parenting.
way, there's no way,
Gentle parenting is for gentle kids. Some of y'all kids are not gentle.
not gentle,
So
not
therefore you
gentle.
cannot gentle parent them. Now, these kids are lucky that they are not on t-shirts because had that mother been a different kind of mother, things could have gone left. And parents would have been crying on camera saying that's not my baby. One of the mothers actually did say that their daughter was on the cheerleading squad. She's the head cheerleader. She's an AB student. Why was your daughter a part of this then?
Yo, you understand? Like, I know people in Chicago, and women. I even saw a video just recently on the TikTok. People like, okay, it's like I be running around here, walking around, just looking all happy go lucky with my hands in my pockets. Not people not knowing that I got my hand on my pocket rocket.
Right. Like,
You understand? Like, so just don't get it twisted. Just because it look a certain way, like you definitely could have been on a t-shirt. Definitely could have been flying somewhere in the clouds on a program somewhere. Like,
it definitely would have had a stud at your funeral singing, I wish heaven had a phone. I'm gonna send you that
oh
video
my god,
after
I've
this.
seen it. Stop it, Janae. Stop it. Stop it.
Yes. One, two,
Ah,
1, 2, 3, release them.
mm-mm.
Why aren't your kids in after school activities? I remember growing up, I had a very short window where I could act a fool with my friends before I needed to be somewhere in particular.
Mm.
And my mother had to put the fear of God in me that birds, pigeons in particular, were spies because somehow she would know that I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to do.
Facts.
And
Facts.
she would get home and be like, "So why was you at XYZ?" I didn't see anybody that I know. And I'd be like, "Who told you?" And she'd be like, "A little birdie told me." So you
Mm-hmm.
can tell me birds wasn't the ops. Why don't y'all know where y'all kids are?
This is the question. This is the question. And then the fact that y'all are so nonchalant with it. Again, we going back to the nonchalance.
We gonna put that.
Um,
That's gonna be the new T-shirt. Beach on.
so you be like y'all so nonchalant with it, like y'all are just like I don't know. I heard on the internet as well that one of them was like on the internet talking to their kid about, oh, they looking for you.
Yeah,
They looking for you. Who the hell do you think is gonna get in trouble? The kid gonna get in trouble, but guess who's really gonna get in trouble? You, the
you.
one that's responsible for them, the adult. Like, what are we
Then
talking about?
someone was allegedly like an aunt to one of the kids, and I guess they figured out that she was an aunt to one of the kids, and she was just like, "What y'all want me to do?" My nieces and nephews know. Auntie Jade, Auntie Jada, whatever you call me. Oh, we don't play that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm,
I'm walking you to the police station.
mm,
You lucky I don't walk you to that lady house first and let the little boy put his hands on you before I take you to the police station.
mm.
Since you need to learn a lesson, what are we doing?
I remember when my mom was like really upset when we were kids, and whatever she was going through, whatever she would say, she would be like, "All right, no doubt, call the cops
Hmm.
because when the cops get here, they will
Hmm.
have to arrest me because you will no longer be in existence."
Hmm.
So you do that. Let's see how fast they can get here before I fuck you up. like
One time,
let's see how that goes.
one
Let's-
time, my mother dialed 9-1 of the phone to my face and said, "Go ahead. Made it easy for you. Go ahead."
This is the type
And
of
I
fear that
remember,
the children are supposed to have of you so they don't go outside acting a fool in these streets. That's the purpose of that.
oh, I remember one time to that point too, I caught a whooping. And my cousin was living with us, and I ran into my cousin's room, and she was a grown woman. And I jumped in my cousin's bed as I was getting my ass beat, thinking my mother would stop. Did my mother stop? No, my cousin Bunny woke up to her ass whooping. She ain't had nothing to do. She was a grown woman at the time, had to
Mhm.
be in her late 20s, early 30s.
Mhm. Mhm.
That didn't stop lying down.
Mhm.
I'm 42 to this day. Before I even think about doing something wrong, what would
Also,
mm-mm,
a tribe.
mm-mm.
We need tribes. We need tribes to
Yeah,
come back because
yeah.
guess what? You wasn't just gonna get your ass beat by one
Oh
person.
no.
It's gonna get you.
Mm-mm,
Okay, then they call
mm-mm.
the aunts and they call the uncles
Mhm,
depending on which gender you are. And
mhm.
it is what it is.
Well, they was
It is what
calling.
it is.
They was
Everybody
calling my family.
getting a
They was
piece.
calling everybody. Gender don't matter because somebody's look. There's gonna be the ones that's gonna get real, real. There's gonna be it's stages. There's the ones that's gonna make you feel guilty about it. You a whole
Hmm.
disappointment. You're not gonna be able to look at
Hmm.
them for a smooth year.
Listen,
Then it's
I
the
tell
ones that
I'm speaking being the kid that never really got beat because I was
nah. I used to get my
like
ass
I said,
whooped.
listen, I told y'all before, I was not the type to learn lessons by having to do it myself. I will learn lessons by watching y'all go through it and be like, "Oh yeah, that's not for me. No. No, thank you."
Nah, see, my infractions were minor in comparison to like what other kids was out there doing, but I'm a girl and I had to push boundaries in certain places in certain certain times. Only took one time though. I was never a repeat offender. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I learned my lesson. So that was
Yeah.
it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But to your point, not only do we need villages again, we need y'all parents to stop trying to be friends with y'all kids and actually be parents. Be
Yeah.
parents first and then be your friends' kids.
And let's be real, like honestly, like on the serious tip, like this is the reason, like if because you can't handle kids at this age, you weren't doing what you needed to do. They get to this age and they're acting up this way. when they get out in the real world with people with real guns, cops and regular people in general, it's two places these kids are going: to the jail or to the grave. And then y'all gonna have something to say then. But
And
what
teach
was
us there was
happening
a
all
good
the way
kid.
up on what was happening leading up to that situation? And I'm not saying everybody
Exactly.
is deserving of it or whatever, but like, you put your kids in these situations to be to have all these things happen to them, and then there's a whole bunch of bystanders that also have stuff happen to them because of your damn kids. So
Hmm.
let's not let's not make fun of something like this, because this is way more serious than it needs to be. And like, I just I just don't know. I don't know that corporal punishment is necessarily the solution here, but something needs to be the solution. Like, y'all need to be in y'all kids' life. Yo, I'm at home. Like,
Think,
it's nighttime. At the end of this, guess what I'm going to do? Homework with my kids. How was your day? What's going on in school? What up? Like, these are the type of things that make children know that you care, which allows them to not go looking for ridiculous stuff out in the streets. Like,
amen.
this was an act of peer pressure, because this was a gang of people
This was one
attacking this
child.
woman.
This is the crazy thing is there's probably one child whose home life is probably not the best, but is considered the leader and who was able to who was able to convince these other children that this was going to be a fun time for them. But the reality of the situation is all of these kids are lucky because this could have ended up badly for a lot of families.
Yeah,
And it is a bad situation, but I'm talking about the type of bad that there's no coming back from, meaning you're planning a funeral
exactly,
for your 8 year
exactly,
old, for your 9 year
exactly,
old.
exactly.
Because some people, the problem we notice this in society today, people cannot emotionally regulate like they used to be able to back in the day. And whether it's a child or not, when those emotions take over, that's not what people are seeing. So a lot of you are lucky. Please be involved in y'all kids' lives.
Listen,
What should we do? What you should do is be an active parent. Stop worrying about being on social media, trying to be a hair influencer or whatever, and be a parent.
you know what was not an issue for me when I was growing up? Peer pressure. You know why? Because I had fucking self-esteem. I had reason to understand that, I am the prize. I am the thing. Like, I don't have to go and, like, if somebody jumps off a bridge, I'm not jumping off the bridge with them or whatever, like stuff like that. These were the kind of conversations I was having with the adults in my life and all of that type of stuff. I'm not saying that, I was perfect in any way, shape, or form, but those are the sort of lessons that you walk outside with. Once you leave your parents, once you leave your house, those are the type of things that stick with you when things pop up, situations pop up, and you're just like, am I going to make this decision or that decision? The only thing that's stopping you from making the bad decision is the foundation you had in the house. This is y'all's
I
fault. This
was.
is not the kids' fault. At the end of the day,
It's
kids are
not.
kids because kids' brains are not fully developed yet. This is your
Yeah.
fault.
It's what you've instilled in them. It's
Come
what they've
on.
seen you do. Y'all spend your time watching baddies and breaking it down that your kids think that that's the way of life. Not
Hmm.
realizing that that's really the anomaly because a lot of people don't act like that. A lot of people do not think that that is funny, cool, or entertaining.
Come
Um,
on.
and that's the problem. Y'all want to be bad bitches instead of being decent parents. Y'all
Mm.
want to be gangster fathers instead of
Mm.
being good parents. And that's the
That's right.
problem.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I've seen, and to the flip side of that, I've seen, what active parents have been doing with their children on social media on the flip side. And it's beautiful. I've seen Black men crying because their children have gotten accolades at school that has surpassed their wildest dreams, and the child is only 6. And I've
Mm-hmm.
been crying. I've seen
Mm-hmm.
fathers show up to, what is it? They have like breakfast with dad dates or whatever, pulling up for their kids. And I saw one where the girl texted her dad and said, "My friend Michael's dad is in jail. Can you bring a donut for him?" And this father did that for him. Do you know what I mean? Like, focus on that. If your
Mm-hmm.
daughter was the head cheerleader, why are you not giving her all the pom poms and hair accessories in the world so that she's not out here jumping a pregnant woman with her child?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Last point I'm gonna make, and I've made this point before. At the end of the day, I'm gonna get pissed off at you and your parenting skills and all that, because y'all are raising the children that are supposed to be the partners to my children.
Valid,
I can only blame you, and I'm very pissed off at
valid.
y'all. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Get y'all shit together. All right, let's move on because I'm getting pissed.
What do you call an illegally parked frog?
An illegally parked frog?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's
What?
so simple. Toad.
That's what I thought. I was gonna say it had something to do with Toad, but then I was thinking Toad something else. But anyway, all right, that's good. That is good. That is good. All right. All right, I got a bunch of regular dad jokes, okay?
Okay.
What do you call two octopuses that look alike?
Pussies.
Identical.
You know what? You know what?
Mm-hmm.
How do non-binary people hurt each other?
Oh my God. I've said this before. I really believe they slash them.
Oh, yeah, that is it. Did you say that one before?
A
I
long
completely
time ago.
forgot.
I think that was
Wow.
definitely around the time when we weren't even on video. What kind of shoes do spies wear?
Toes?
Sneakers.
You know what? Shut up. Sneakers. This one is a little out of pocket. Did you hear about the woman who broke up with the man because he had a small penis? No, you didn't. When his friends asked him why, he said, I wasn't that into her.
Mm. Ah. Oh God, that one was good. That was good. That was good. Hmm.
Oh,
So I have a pet termite.
oh God.
I named him Clint. Clint eats wood.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew that was going.
Virgo Season
Oh,
Show.
shit. Clint Eastwood.
.com is the website. Virgo Season Show at gmail.com is the email address. Send us things there. Let us know what you want to hear. If you have any topics that you want us to talk about, good place to send it is there. Give us 5 stars, rate us, all that stuff on all of the podcast things. We need all that.
Virgo Season Show on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. You can find Ryan at Black Ryan on TikTok and Instagram, and you can find me at Jade on TikTok and Instagram.
What do you call a Chinese man with a camera?
I'm not gonna answer because go ahead.
Filming.
Virgo season.